Can we figure out whose meet cute story is whose?
Welcome to Good Mythical More.
Look at these wonderful people who work with us, and they all experienced a meet cute. And Rhett, why don't you explain to me what that is?
That's when you meet someone cute.
But I thought it was the meeting itself is what's cute. Like the story of meeting is
It's a cute little meeting that you have with someone.
that then sparked into a relationship.
No, nothing else happened, right? It doesn't. Well, it doesn't necessarily mean nothing happened.
It depends.
We were responding about meet cutes for like our relationships or friends or even exes, but like it did spark something initially.
Sparked something.
Okay.
Maybe the first one will help us
Read
understand.
an example. Read an example.
My partner and I in a high school theater class. Let me read that again and add.
Another word.
I'm gonna add another word. That's gonna really help make sense of this sentence.
Yeah, right.
My partner and I met
Yes.
in a high school theater class.
My partner and I in a high school musical theater. Go!
Stage six. My partner and I met in a high school theater class. We were cast in the same children's theater plays, and we went to perform at all the local elementary schools. They played, we removed any specific pronouns. My partner played the evil villain, and I played the sidekick named Toast, redacted. And I had to throw slices of bread at them in front of crowds of children.
Toast. Redacted.
Toast, redacted.
Toast Redacted is a really intimidating name. Toast Redacted.
See, so it's the sparking of this relationship is cute. See, it's a cute meeting.
It is.
It's a meet cute.
In high school?
Yes, high school theater class, performing for local elementary school kids. Good versus evil. Toast, redacted versus. I don't know.
Okay. My instinct goes to Annalise.
You think Annalise was a theater child?
Toast Redacted. I could see her playing Toast Redacted.
Why is it redacted, Annalise?
Because it's probably gendered.
Toast.
Toast
Toast.
girl.
Toast man or toast woman. That's what it is.
And
Toast man,
your partner,
toast girl.
he has theatrical gifts that we have utilized before.
Yeah, he's an actor and a comedian.
And I think y'all have known each other a long time.
I think they're high school sweethearts.
Yeah, I think that's Annalise.
Jamie, on the other hand, is
Likes to throw bread.
That's right.
no, I was gonna say very lonely.
Oh, thank you.
Just kidding, Jamie. But we know it's not you. Jamie's not lonely.
Was the tie meant to be there, or is that a punishment?
You know what you need to do? Hey, pull on one part real hard.
I've learned so much about sex from Jamie because
Okay, tell us more.
Please continue.
she's the Ear Biscuits producer, and even when we're not doing sex timber, she's like, well, let me tell you something else about sex.
I used to work for a podcast where that was the main topic.
Right.
And I told him not to listen to the podcast anymore because I used to be on a bunch of episodes.
Right. And then we
I didn't. Because you tell me everything from it.
Yeah, there we go.
Okay.
Now that we've wrapped that up.
just pull the thing here.
And you're not lonely.
Thank you.
It was just a cruel little jab.
Back and forth, it's fine.
Davin once sent out a GMMore prompt in early 2020 that was asking people if they were on dating apps in the early pandemic. I wasn't at the time, but had been on Hinge previously, so I re-downloaded it to see if I could get a good story. I matched with someone named Redacted.
Oh my God.
It's actually
Hold on.
about the same
Hold on a second. If this ends up being, oh God, what are the chances? We had a couple.
I smell a runner.
Yeah, boy, we will take the bait, won't we? Yeah, we will take the bait. Like you see, you give us that, we're gonna take it.
Right.
We had a couple of FaceTime dates, playing games, having PowerPoint parties. I wanted to have one of those. And pressing play at the same time on Netflix comedy specials.
Pressing play the same time.
You're in different places.
and-
You're watching it at the same time. You're on the phone. You're texting.
And you're just laughing. Ha ha ha.
So this is someone
Sierra.
who had a romance.
This is Sierra.
It's not Chase. Chase has been in a relationship longer than that.
We can take credit for this. I don't know if it's still.
think
Is it
this
still
is-
going on? Is that implied?
The Netflix comedy special, I believe, it was about an hour.
right.
Redacted. I don't know. It could be Sierra or it could be Jamie.
No.
Why?
Jamie's been in a relationship longer than pandemic, I believe. This is definitely Sierra. Can't be Jamie.
You know that to be true?
Yeah, and I know a lot more about sex than I used to.
Okay, you made that clear.
You're welcome, Christy.
Made that clear. Yeah, exactly.
I was at an immersive art installation where you could use a virtual reality helmet.
You could if you wanted to.
I put one on,
Yeah.
not realizing it wasn't working, probably looking ridiculous. Someone came up and asked, "Is that actually working for you?" Not wanting to feel like an idiot, I just said, "Oh yeah, it's so dope." Dope. They said dope. And then I took the helmet off to see a very cute employee next to a screen showing that the VR was not working. I'm
Dope.
Yeah, dope is what we're gonna.
I think that might be Jamie.
I definitely have heard Jamie say dope sincerely. Never heard Chase say it
Nope.
sincerely. See, doesn't work. Doesn't work. I will tell you right now.
Didn't try. That was honest.
The reason why that I know that Jamie has said dope is because I'm so jealous of people who can sincerely say dope and pull it off. I cannot do that.
Too old, man.
We're too old. It's easier than lit, which is gone. Dope, I think, has staying power.
I heard somebody say the other day that somebody was glazing someone else.
Okay.
And now I know what that means. But I was like,
Dripping sugar
but I was like,
all over their body.
I just like I can't. I don't think I can say that.
No.
I think there comes an age in which you can't really adopt new slang. I mean, you can, but it just feels forced when you start trying to use it.
I
think I'm at that age.
just feel like maybe I could get a little dope going. We can switch these around. We can swish them around.
This is all working out though because this is a high school one. It's a high school one. You know, Chase has been in a relationship for a while, so.
Yeah, I don't think we're gonna have to swish them around.
I had an instant connection in high school, and even though I was flirting and interested, I was also shy and nervous, and never asked them out. So flirting, interested, but shy and nervous.
Mm-hmm.
They got tired of waiting and asked out a person on my sports team that I hated. Sports team, water polo much.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep.
That relationship didn't last, but after they broke up, I did become best friends with that person I previously hated. I even ended up being in their wedding party.
Oh, so this is about meeting a friend, not about meeting a partner.
Yep, this means there was a person that you were both interested in, but instead of letting it come between you, you let it bring you together,
Interesting.
and then you ended up being in their wedding party. Mm-hmm. Chase has been known to be in a wedding party. He's been known to officiate weddings.
Yeah. More than one.
Whoa.
At least two. Of course, we've also done that, Chase.
Yeah, you did two in the same.
Two at the
did
same
two at
time.
Two, basically, not at the same time exactly.
Maybe more impressive.
So, Sierra, we are asserting that this is someone that we're saying you dated, right? Yeah, you dated over the pandemic. We don't know if it's still happening, but because of Davin making a GMMore prompt, you started dating somebody.
Maybe.
And I wonder if it's over. I wonder if it's still going.
Well, let's start with Annalise.
Because we felt really confident about that.
This is not my
Oh, snap!
No. What? You were serious about this one. I was swearing up and down about.
I was serious about it, yeah, but I was wrong. It wasn't a joke.
Toast redacted? High school theater?
Let me see this.
I wish I saw this production though.
Yeah.
Sounds
I
awesome.
think this is
real.
an arts installation.
I think Annalise might say dope. I think I've heard her say
I've heard
dope.
her say dope.
I have.
I've heard her
That's
say dope.
dope.
Yep, you say dope.
I've heard her say dope. I've heard her say it.
You did the virtual reality thing, right?
This is not my
Why? We shouldn't have started with you. Give that back to Jamie. I was as certain as a center block that Jamie was dope.
Thanks.
Well, this isn't her.
Who is that?
2020?
GMMore?
So you want those one?
No. Let's go with Chase. So Chase, this is you, right? Your sports team.
This
You had a bromance.
is not. This is
Nope.
me.
You said 3 knots. Yeah, 4 knots.
This is mine.
Hold on.
That's Chase's.
So that means that
Oh, hold on a second. Let's talk about Chase's thing.
I don't want to talk about
Are you
Chase.
still friends with this person?
Yeah, I was his best man.
Okay. But after that,
We're still best friends.
What's his name?
His name is Nils.
I'll have to say you say redacted.
I thought they were just going to do that in post.
what about the
Chase.
girl?
Redacted.
Will you share the story that you shared with me about the most recent wedding that you officiated and what your mom said?
Okay, here we go.
I think that's a good one.
So I just officiated my sister's wedding. And we went up to like a small beach town that we like to go to. We've been going to as a family for a long time. And we're staying at the same hotel. So in the morning, I was getting up and I was like walking down to the coffee shop. My mom saw me while I was like across the parking lot. And so she ran outside and said, "Chase, are you excited to marry your sister today?" She is so innocent, so happy, just
so
like
good.
she's about to have the best day ever.
Yeah, boy.
And I was like, "Mom, please don't yell that to the entire
That
beach
is
town."
great.
And then she got really mad at me that like I have a dirty mind and that like no one's thinking that. And I was like, well, no one
Everyone's
knows
so
that.
Everyone who heard it was thinking that.
Excited to marry your sister.
Yeah, the parking lot was empty, but there's still at least one person who heard it, I'm sure.
I actually feel like there should be, because I've heard sentences like that before, I feel like there should be a different word for performing a wedding that isn't marry,
Yeah.
right?
Officiating.
Like marrying
Yeah.
someone or
Okay.
something.
We got more work
Okay.
to do here.
Well,
All
that-
right, Jamie. I'm certain about
Okay.
Jamie.
This is my dope meet cute.
Yeah. We knew that.
Yeah.
But this is not. This didn't lead to anything because
No, not quite. Well, we went on a few dates.
so I was wrong about.
So we went on a few dates, but turns out that they had a girlfriend the whole time. So
you were lying to them and then they were lying to you.
But was it a virtual
at
reality?
least my lie was
You
like,
kinda started
was
it.
caught in it. Yeah, you know.
At what point did it become clear that you were lying and then that he was lying?
Well, it was clear from the start because what was happening in my virtual reality helmet was on the screen next to me.
Yeah.
And I'm just one of those people. I'm like, yeah, it's fine. I don't need.
Aw.
It's
Yeah.
fine.
I don't want to be a burden.
Yeah.
Oy,
And then
right.
his lying, like, he just came clean one day. He's like, yeah, so I have a girlfriend. And I was like, oh, so we dating multiple people and you are going with person B. He's like, no, we've been dating for like a year. And I was like, what is happening? It like was in shock for a second. And then I was like, okay, well, I'm going to go.
Off on you because
What did he think you were going to say?
what a piece of S.
He was just like, I feel bad because you're so cool. And I was like, but shouldn't you feel bad about your
Yeah.
girlfriend?
Well,
Yeah. That's not
Good point.
dope.
Not
It was
Not
not
dope at all.
dope at all. No, it was really not good at all.
That's dope sick.
So you said
And I mean
this
it like
isn't
the addicted to pain pills kind of way.
you. Okay.
Yeah.
Sierra?
Yeah.
Yes, I met my now husband in a theater class.
Wow.
It was Toast Girl.
Toast Girl. Mm-hmm.
His name was Steve, the evil villain.
So, okay.
My husband's name is Alex. He was playing Steve.
Is Alex still in theater?
No, that was his only foray into
Okay.
theater. He thought it'd be an easy class.
But he
I
got-
took it very serious.
He got hit with Toast Girl's toast.
Oh,
He's like,
yeah.
I'm out.
Oh, yeah, that is so cute. And
Now,
then,
when you threw the bread,
Mm-hmm.
was it actual toast?
No, it was untoasted bread, but it was like I had it attached to my costume, like a full loaf.
Like a
of
like a
it.
loaf. And you would throw it into the crowd?
Throw
as
it.
well?
To him,
To him.
and then
Throw it,
ricochets
You
into
throw
the
it into the
children.
crowd.
Incredible.
Wow. Wow, okay.
incredible.
So, okay.
It's almost as good as dope.
Everything
Kind of dope.
Almost.
everything that we thought we knew about Annalise
Which one
is
is that?
wrong.
Yeah, because what is that?
What? She met her husband in 2020. That's like yesterday.
I know.
Really?
Things have moved so fast for you.
Guys, I met my husband thanks to you guys, and more importantly, thanks to David. Isn't that crazy?
Are you-
Isn't that crazy to think about?
This is not real.
It is real.
Are you
I'm
serious?
serious.
How haven't I heard this story? I felt sure
Maybe.
Have you?
that
I'm just asking. Sometimes you forget.
I haven't.
Yeah, you may have.
Yeah, I may have heard it, but what?
I had been on Hinge before the pandemic, and then the more prompt where we get an email to the crew of like, if this is you, email the producers. And I was like, oh, I'm not in the apps now because we're not going on dates, but this is perfect because I can see if there's a good story and I don't have to go on a date because we're not going anywhere. And I didn't get picked for the episode, but Jared and I hit it off. So I was like, shoot, this guy's really fun. Like, we ended up just like distance dating for like a month until we introduced each other's pods.
So hold on.
Remember those terms?
Wow.
So I feel like technically we get a cut of your marriage. How does that work?
Yeah.
How does that
However
work?
that works.
I don't know. We got to figure that out. Okay.
I did not know that.
What's a PowerPoint party? Because I know what that is in like a group.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like silly PowerPoints for fun. They were kind of all the rage, at least in my circle. And I was like, can we do this? Because we were just on FaceTime. And so we gave each other different prompts and put together PowerPoint presentations.
Oh.
And then gave them to each other. Very dorky. But
I didn't
very
know that
fun.
it would work with only two people.
Yeah. No, I know. It maybe shouldn't have, but it was very
If
fun.
you can make a PowerPoint party work with one other person, you should definitely marry.
Yeah,
that person.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
how that works.
because that's kind of what marriage is. Just a really long power.
Yeah, that's right. Yep.
A new episode of Good Mythical Weekend is coming your way tomorrow morning. Be sure to tune in.
Yeah.
Oh my God, Leonard's
and it's just
face
it's just
this whole
someone
time has
singing.
been
I didn't know
so
you could do
on
this.
point.
I didn't know that was allowed. I didn't know it was
Yeah.
possible.
You've never done that?
Never done it.
They
don't have
to know.
I don't think it's possible with me because I turn on every light, no music, turn off the TV. Me and you, we locked in.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh. Odd. It's like doing my taxes.
We getting to work. We got some things to accomplish here.
Nightmare.
Okay.